Welcome back, baseball fans. This video is eliminating the Atlanta Braves. And, they were up 2-0 at home, had big leads early in games 1 and 2, and held on. They kind of showed themselves to be a front running team. This is the box score in game 4 in LA. A very interesting game in that Atlanta, after getting shut out 1-0 in game 3, they said we got to come out and be front runners again against the left-hander Raleigh. And they were. Homers by Murphy and Carty early. They had a 6-0 lead and potentially, or 6-1 lead in a potentially closeout game 4 in LA. Dodgers smartly moved their pitcher out after 3 1/3 and in a 6-1 game and chipped away, and they did it, chipped away big time. There was an injury in the 3rd inning to Wes Parker, and so they had to move the first base DH around. I freely move the DH around in difference to what Major League Baseball does, where the pitcher has to come in. I don't do that. So Buckner went to play first, and this Jim Pagliarone person comes in the 4th inning of this game. From the 4th inning on, when he comes in, he goes 4 for 4 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. In these middle innings, the Braves choke it away. Their starting pitching chokes, their bullpen chokes. The Dodgers end up getting 25 hits in this game, but 17 of those were in the middle innings. And so after a 1-0 game, the Dodgers win that way. Then they do it with a bunch of singles, just a relentless assault in the middle innings here to put the Braves away in game number 4. We go back to Atlanta for game 5, and here's the game 5 box in Atlanta. And they go back to the same strategy they did when Hershiser threw that 1-0 shutout. Here it's Bill Singer. Bill Singer throws a 4-0 shutout. So a 1-0 and 4-0 games are sandwiched around a 17-7 slugfest. The Braves just showed that they're a front runner, and they still don't have the resolve that a good postseason playoff team like the Dodgers pose. And now we're going to take a look at their stats for the Braves. We love their offense, and the pitching staff has been much maligned, but it got better. At the top of the batting average, Tim Corcoran, as expected, hit 360 with a 340 card. Hank Aaron was hitting 373 at the All-Star break. He finishes hitting 351. Scan down a little bit to Rico Carty. He had 11 homers and 35 RBIs, but he only hit 281 with a card that hit 342. And then near the bottom, Dale Murphy only hit 239 this year. And as far as the pitching goes, nothing remarkable. Even Phil Niekro was 7-5 with a 381 ERA. That vaunted offense just got shut out twice in 5 games against the Dodger team that had no sluggers. But anyway, this is more about the Braves than it is the Dodgers. So let's take a peek at the Atlanta Braves moving forward. How do they rebound? They're in the same division with the Mets. The other 2 teams, Florida and Philadelphia, look like they'll struggle. So it looks like a 2-team race next year. The Mets are still trying to put that Miracle Mets team together. So let's see. Rick Honeycutt. It's a great looking card, but he only had a 5.32 ERA this year. Rick Mahler, he's gone. Gene Garber will be gone. Paul Doyle, Bedrosian's gone. He had a fine year. Tim Corcoran, this is that card, the 341 hitting card for the Phillies. We also had Jeff Stone at 362 in the same year. Hank Aaron, Rico Carty, Cepeda, Sonny Jack, Mian, Boyer. And then on the bench, Nicosia will be gone. Jim Rice. You're wondering, why is Jim Rice here anyway? It's because Boston had just Stremski, Reggie Smith, Canigliaro, and Armas, and yeah. And this was a really good year for Jim Rice in '84. Um, and his career will be over at this point. And finally, Dale Murphy. This is an outstanding card. 1 year, or a couple of years in the same outfield with Hank Aaron, but just could not get past the wild card round. And so let's take a look now. As we do, let's see if any of these guys are available in 72. Murphy, no. Rice, no. Nicosia, Corcoran, Bedrosian. Maybe Gene Garber. I'll have to double look at him. He might be around 72. Mahler, Honeycutt. So perhaps Garber, but the rest of these guys will be retired. And so these are your Braves moving forward next year. And as predicted, they're going to bring back mostly hitting. Hyatt can catch. Good on base percentage for this Hyatt card. Cepeda at first. Marty Perez can play second. Clete Boyer at third. They took him away from, well, he was with the Braves then, but he used to play for the Cardinals. And the platoon of Sonny Jack. Actually, correction, we're going to have Mian at second. So you have your catcher, first base. Felix Mian will play second. Boyer third. Sonny Jack and Perez. Platoon to short. Cardy and Aaron. You need a center fielder to replace Dale Murphy. And it wouldn't need to be a slugger, of course. It'd be nice to get a left-handed bat on this team. Look at that. We only have one lefty. That's going to be an Achilles heel for this team. If your only lefty is Sonny Jackson, and that's not going to work. You want a lefty DH, and you want a lefty center fielder, and maybe one other lefty batter to, I don't know, play some other position. And then here's the pitching. It's actually pretty good as far as setting up, finding guys in the draft. Nico and Jarvis can be your 1-2 punch because they both pitch in a rotation. This is Pat Jarvis's best year, by the way, with a 3.61 ERA. So a 1-2 punch is fine. And then Stone moves into that 3-hole where Honeycutt was. You have a lefty reliever. So you're not too desperate for left-handed pitching at this point, but you do need relievers. You do need relievers, and you do need some left-handed bats, and of course you need a center fielder to replace Dale Murphy. So let's see what the Atlanta Braves can get. All right, these are your 1972 Atlanta Braves. In '69, they lost the League Championship Series to the Mets, and from there, for the next 3 years afterwards, they progressed downhill and won just 70 games here. You have Necro. Baker's still property of the Dodgers, but I could see him moving here to LA. Moving here to Atlanta. Of course, he can't play center field, or maybe he can. I did look into that. Could Dusty Baker play center field? He's a right-handed batter again, though. They need a lefty. They prefer lefty. Here's Aaron. Darrell Evans. Well, there you go. That's a left-handed third baseman of a platoon with Boyer. Get another left-handed stick in there. It's an option. Ralph Garr. Wow. Oh, yeah, there's your left-handed outfielder. It's going to be Ralph Garr, I believe. And someone has to figure out how to play center field. I guess you could put Rico Carty at DH. I don't know, but Garr's going to be on the team. They need that left-handed bat. There's Carty. Earl Williams, they need a catcher to go with, they definitely need a catcher to go with Hyatt. Schuler can go in the bullpen. Reed's elsewhere. Cecil Upshaw. Any pitchers? Nah, this is not a good team of pitchers. But as far as the team of hitters go, you've got Dusty Baker at 321 and Garr hit 325. So plenty of offense to find, and I'm assuming offense is not much of a problem to find for Atlanta. They play in the small ballpark, and they should have a bunch of great offensive players. 71, you have Aaron and Necro. There's Garr again. This Garr hit 343. Sonny Jackson actually plays center field. We have him as a shortstop in the actual card set. There's Williams, Gar, Stone, Reed, the same guys. Mike Lum is an outfielder. That could be an interesting choice there. He hit 269. Of course, Darrell Evans. So we actually are seeing left-handed bats, and that's good news. We're seeing left-handed bats to plug into this lineup to give them a little bit more of a matchup advantage instead of suffering with an already lineup. Tom Kelly, his whip's kind of high. His ERA is below 3. Of course, none of these Brave pitchers are going to give you a good whip playing in that park. Let's go back to 70. In 70, again, you got Carty, Jarvis, Aaron, Cepeda, Mian, Stone. Jim Nash is Oakland's property currently. Hoyt Wilhelm is currently on the Angels. Necro. So no new additions here. Tony Gonzalez is actually center field for Portland. He was on the expansion list. I don't see any pitching prodigies here. And let's go back to their best year then. 1969, the best Brave team. A 93-win first-place team. Maybe we get a guy here that we want. Aaron, Necro, Gonzalez, Cepeda, Mian, Carty, Boyer, Cecil Upshaw, maybe? How about him helping out the pitching staff? 291 ERA and a .124 whip. Sure, I could see him replacing Gene. He could replace Garber or Bedrosian in the bullpen, for instance. And as far as pitching, I really haven't seen it. The good news about all these Braves players we're looking at is that not only do we find a bunch of left-handed hitters who are available, but they're also very good hitters too. They hit for a high average, and they also could get Dusty Baker on this team. Figure out how to shoehorn him in the lineup. If the Dodgers might move on from Dusty Baker in this era. One other guy to look at is Gene Garber. They own his rights. So do they keep him or do they let him bounce around to other teams? So here's the Garber card. And actually Garber he doesn't even take off. He pitched the majors in 1969, but really for 4 years he bounced between the majors and the minors. And 73 was his first full season. It wasn't very good. It isn't really good until 1974, this Philadelphia, and when he goes to the Phillies, and is just a closer or a reliever at that point. So I would say Garber will have to wait a little bit till he returns to the league. But otherwise, yeah, that's your review of the Atlanta Braves. I don't know. It'll be a battle of the Braves bats versus the Mets arms next year to see who wins the division in the National League East. Thanks for checking out these videos. We'll see you again next time.